lot of my seed starting for the season. We're doing a lot of them indoors this year so that we can have a bigger garden and expand. I'm hoping to eventually add a greenhouse and maybe sell seed starts at the farmer's market. So what I've got here is, this is called a Jiffy greenhouse. And they come with Jiffy peat pots. And if you're not sure what these are, they come in these little discs. You soak this in water and it expands. It's got coconut shredded material. I don't know exactly for sure what it is. After you add water to them, this greenhouse comes with 72 of these. These are a little bit smaller. These were just some separate ones that I got that I was finishing using up, and I use those for my onions. And they're growing pretty well. However, if you want to do organic, you have to find these in an organic labeling. Otherwise, they have fertilizer in them. So this one was given to me from a neighbor, and I'm using it for some seeds that I had saved from my flowers. Now, how do I know about some of this stuff? As you know, we've talked about some of our stuff in our homesteading and being frugal living. We homeschool the kids, so I come across a lot of things that I want to teach them. Also, we don't have cable TV. We do a lot of reading, not nearly as much as what we should. And I do a lot of book skimming. So, seed catalogs will give you a lot of information. These are just a couple that I have. You can see here I tag things that I either want or that I find interesting. Some useful information. The Farmer's Almanac has a lot of useful information. It can tell you about plant pairings, what helps each other, what don't grow well together. I last year had planted my peas and my onions next to each other and found out they don't do well, and my peas did terrible last year. I didn't can any of them. We had a couple of meals out of it, and that was it. This is a book called The New Seed Starter's Handbook, and this is from the story publishing company called Seed Sowing and Saving. These are books that I bought probably 10 or 15 years ago, and I have referred back to these over and over again. It gives a lot of basic information in this one about seed saving and some kind of illustrations. Pictures always help me so much better with plant identification. This book in particular has almost every plant possible, imaginable in here. And when to plant, how to plant it, how to save the seeds. So this is a real handy book. Planting indoors, you want to read your seed packets, which I've got all my stuff here behind me, but it will tell you whether you can start them indoors or not. And like on this one here, it shows a pot, meaning that you can start it indoors. Just look for that real easy. Always try to go for organic if you can, or heirloom seeds so that you can save them. And it'll tell you to plant it depending on which zone you're in. I'm in Michigan, so we're in zone 5. Almost everything you want to plant here 6 to 8 weeks ahead of time. So we're coming up on Easter weekend. I'm going to want to put in my garden about Mother's Day or a little after. So shooting for the end of May, beginning of June. Our last frost date is like June 8th. So for us, getting the indoor start really helps a lot. So this is the Jiffy greenhouse and the Jiffy pots, peat pots. Good luck with your spring gardening, and I hope you have a blessed bounty.